basic knowledge about the commissioning process. That's what I'm going to talk about. And after you heard about me, you heard my speech, you can actually discuss it yourself and probably be able to have a discussion about future processes. This is what we are going in today. What is it? 2 cases of cost-benefit, and then what next? Ventilation plant, cooling plant, heat exchanger for the district heating and whatever, BMS system and controllers. Just one of these things that doesn't function properly, and function properly together with all the other things. He will become unhappy.
What I've come to talk about is there's a lot of data within the commissioning process which gets used internally to the system, but it's also to look at, we were going to call this continuous commissioning, but we can't because it's trademarked, so we've just chosen another word which we'll call operational commissioning, and how you might use this data not only internally to the buildings you're looking at, but also externally. So when you are commissioning, you're able to compare your performance of your systems with the design performance for your building, but there's also another world that data can be used for, which is how might that compare to what other people are managing externally to my building to do the same activities.
Why CPH chose to implement the commissioning process, our strategic thoughts in relation to implementing the process, and briefly on how we performed the process. As an airport, we have a lot of critical installations. Our installations are operating 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, so there's always O&M staff at work, and our installations are intensively used. Due to law and regulations, we have multiple safety requirements that have to be implemented in every single project. Commissioning ensures that all legal and other necessary requirements are implemented in our projects.
So the idea is to tell you what do we do with the commissioning and what will be the impact of such an assessment into a financial approach.
Commissioning is about setting up the requirements and tracking it through all the phases coming, including the operations phase. Without requirements, no commissioning. If you go retro commissioning, if you go for an existing building, it's a little different because you have the requirements already, or maybe you have to facilitate the owner's staff or whoever to get some requirements, but there is something already. But still, with no requirements, no acceptance criteria for your review of design material, for your tests, for whatever. Now we're going to start with putting up some questions for you. We actually would like you to answer these questions. In 2020, things change. We get praise for useful projects on time and on budget. Who are praising? Let's have some answers for that. Now the next question is, what is it that makes these people happy? Now what are we going to focus on to make that happen, that makes these people happy?